Ah, yeah.
Hey now.
That's right.
Hey now.
Hello. All right, well, that worked at least. Very nice. We're here. We made it. Tuesday. Yeah.
We made it. Might be the last Tuesday, man. I don't know if we could keep doing the Tuesday.
I was going to say it in the text exchange. Maybe this will be the swan song for the Tuesday shows.
I think this is it. They're putting more and more on my plate. I just can't...
You're the Rodfather, man. They need you out there, on call, on demand, right?
Nobody.
You're the Rodfather. That's not nobody. Nobody's don't get nicknames. If you get a nickname, you've elevated your social status. You know what I'm saying?
How that works?
Oh yeah, man, absolutely. I think once you hit the nickname category, you've cemented your place in the legacy of the times.
The legacy, yeah.
Yeah.
It's something.
It's raining nonstop there.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Chicago.
Dude, I'm about to slap these fucking fat, dumb Southsiders in the goddamn face. Every single one of these fat, fucking trashy slobs has said the same thing to me. It's crazy because it happened like 4 times this year. It hasn't happened in 2-3 years. We were in a drought for 2-3 years, and now we've been bombarded with record rain for the past 3 weeks.
Wow, and I have no chemtrails here in Denver the last week.
Oh, they're doing it all here, man.
They got you.
They killed us. They lied to us, said it was smoke, Canadian smoke, and then we got hit with these floods, man.
I'm gonna say this: 35 years. Not once was my life affected by Canadian smoke.
I was thinking that same thing. I've been here my whole life. My whole life, I never heard of Canadian smoke.
Bro, and you and I were landscapers like 15 years ago. We were literally outside every day for the entirety of summer. Not one day did we get smoked out because of Canadian wildfires. It never happened. Let alone
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks? 2 weeks?
It just never happened. It just wasn't a topic. It was never a thing. Now it's happened so many years in a row. They're literally like, it's the Canadian wildfire season again. Like,
yeah, now it's a season. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They kicked it off back in 2020 when they decided to ramp up the weather modification and all the crap that they're spraying with us and fogging us out with. And that's when they started saying, oh, now if you live in Colorado and Denver, there's smoke from Alberta, Canada that's coming down all the way to the United States and smoking you out. It just makes no sense. We had a fire somewhere out west in our state, and for a day or two, we had some smoke drifting, and it was weird because for most people like myself who've been out here for a while, we distinctly remember back in 2010, 2011-ish, when Boulder was on fire. Like, it was just...
Right.
I was at work, taking a break, standing outside the front door of my work, watching the foothills, and there was just a ring of fire slowly expanding and coming towards us. And, we were just watching it. And the smoke, though, wasn't... It was crazy, but it made sense because I'm looking at the fire. I see the fire, and then the smoke is everywhere. Never have we had it where there was a fire somewhere else in another state, and all of a sudden the air is just covered with smoke.
Right, like during that Boulder fire, you didn't have people like in Nebraska who are like, oh,
well, did you get any?
This Boulder smoke?
That's what I'm saying.
Us.
Right,
yeah, you're right.
Well, did you get anything in Chicago from the Boulder fires 10 years ago? Or nothing, man. I mean, I told the story about Emma getting caught in that one freak fire that was like the beta test for Lahaina here in outside Boulder. It was about 5 years ago or so. And I don't even think I could see the smoke from that fire, and it was just down the highway.
I was too busy traveling to Canada.
It was going to Canada, man.
we give them our smoke.
So that's what blows me away about this Canadian smoke phenomenon. It literally started 5 years ago. It was 2021, basically. That's when we When Biden got into office and the globalists kicked out all the populist leaders that were elected in 2016, retook over the world in 2020, 2021, we started getting these weird freako fires out of Canada that apparently smog the entire airwaves going all the way to New York City nowadays.
Ooh, direct energy weapons.
Maybe direct energy weapons. You know where I'm at with all of this, as per usual. Killer fog!
Nobody dies.
It's a slow death. It's a slow process. Over time, you're sickened, poisoned, then you die. Right? So yeah, you're getting smacked with the killer fog, the killer smoke. I'm just saying, I don't think it's natural. I don't think there's anything normal about this. 1 year. I'll give you one time in my lifetime, let's say, we'll call it 3 years ago with the first Canadian wildfire that took over the U.S. I could see one time maybe that happening, but every year, and now we're like, oh, here we go again, the Canadian wildfire season. Like, it doesn't work that way. You can't just create this new normal in 2020 and expect the rest of us to go along with the charade.
Yeah, it's a little
odd.
odd.
The weather's just been crazy modified for the last 5 years that I think people don't even remember what normal weather feels like.
Well, I think people just have a hard time with, like, average. Like, yeah, we were in a drought. Now we're going to get more than average. And that's going to put us right there at that average. You know
right
I mean?
on.
Like 1 year's less, 1 year's more.
Well, for me, what gets me about the modification is the everyday aspect of certain things, like the clouds rolling in every day at the exact same time, or the chemtrails at the exact same time. Like anything that's timed exactly or repetitively really drives me insane. I honestly don't think we've had 2 sunny days in a row since June 21st. I'm almost certain. 2 in a row. Just, you wake up one day, it's a sunny day, you go to bed, clear skies, you wake up, clear skies, sunny day, you go to bed, clear skies. Have not had that in over 2 months. So they're messing with the weather. But I think everybody's staring down at their phones. They're not even when they're driving, they're staring at their phones. Then they're at work on their computers or at their home on their video game system, watching the Netflix and stream. Nobody's ever outside noticing, paying attention, looking around, scoping the scene, observing. I mean, it's just never happening. Everyone's just, zombied out, staring down. And so I think now we live in this era with the cell phones, the social media, the TV, everything, the streaming. They can do whatever the fuck they want in the sky because no one's going to notice.
Yeah, people are kind of people are just retarded, man. Everybody's mad at the wrong people.
Yes.
Like, don't be mad at me when I tell you that there's nothing we can really do to stop your basement from flooding. There's things you could try, but they never really are 100%. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at the city that has failed to upgrade the sewer systems.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
We have hundreds of millions of dollars for immigrants, but no money to upgrade the sewer system. So
Great
people's
call.
basements flood, right? Don't be mad. It's not my fault.
It seems like Chicago spends a lot of time, effort, and money on social programs, social equity, and not as much time, effort, and money as they could on things like infrastructure, stuff to run the city.
Sewers.
Right.
Milwaukee Avenue. Bike lane looks fantastic with the squeezed in parking lane next to the traffic lanes. You put all that cement. Now nobody can drive, nobody can park, but we can ride bikes. There's nobody riding a bike, but we can ride bikes. It's great.
Great call, dude. And I was just thinking too, when it rains
and the sewer.
Well, if it rains and floods, you got yourself your own designated kayak lane. You could just kayak down. You got the safety cones there. No one's gonna be cutting you off, or you're in a safe zone. You could easily just kayak yourself to work.
Perfect. Because have you seen all the news of all the under all the viaducts flooding? Everything's flooding. Every time it rains now, the city just floods.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, I grew up in Chicago. We once a month, basically, especially in this summertime, we had that major storm, and we would all sit in the house and watch the street just turn into a river. right? And the street would just be a river, and we would just watch everything flow down the street river. That was kind of a classic Chicago experience, because you would expect the torrential rain and the extreme flooding. That's just, you're on swampland there. So
It's a swamp. Yeah, Chicago is built on a swamp.
They've done nothing. Like, no effort, no plans, they didn't bring in like a team of engineers to figure out like, hey, how do we make this place flood less?
I don't know what happened. There was the big dig, whatever, where they dug that tunnel to the quarry. It was supposed to be like to relieve the storm water. But then something happened where they did it. But then all it did was like drain the water from the rich neighborhoods, and the black neighborhoods flooded. It was like very obvious. And then I haven't heard anything about it. Since.
All right. Very nice. Well, now we're focused on building the new Bears Stadium in Arlington Heights. I think that's everybody's deal now. I see they're very excited about it. The plans are drawn up. They're already ready to rock and do the Arlington Heights dance. They were interviewing guys with the Bears and like the team president or somebody, and they were asking him how he felt about moving the legacy of the Chicago Bears away from Chicago into Arlington Heights. And the guy said, well, technically Arlington Heights is in Cook County, just like where the Bears Soldier Field Stadium is right now. So they're staying in the county. They're not even leaving the county, man. That's still Chicago county. Bears. Yeah.
That's a big county.
Less crime in this part of the county.
Yeah.
So we're moving out to this part. They're going to do the same thing to the Broncos. They're already scoping out various areas away from the downtown spot where they're at now. They're going to move that sucker. I guarantee it. All major teams I foresee in the next 10 years abandoning the major cities. They're going to move out to the burbs. They're going to build their multi-billion-dollar super complexes with the stores and the restaurants, and it's going to be a whole money-making machine, dude. That's what they're all going to do. Arlington Heights is just falling into the same groove that the Cowboys and what they did in LA. You saw they built that whole complex. It's like a whole mini city that they build basically around the stadium. So it's the way to do it, man. You create a safe environment in a safe area already, and you're away from the riffraff and all the poor people down in the south side of whatever city you're from, right? That's basically what's happening here.
Yeah, because all the good people leave the city. Dude, today. Go fuck yourself, Humboldt Park, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, this fucking faggot with the goddamn mustache.
I love where you're going already with this story,
dude. So I'm pulling out of an alley, right? And he's walking with this girl who I'm assuming is Puerto Rican because we're in Humboldt Park. And this dude's got the douche hair with the fucking douche mustache. And they kind of walk in front of the alley right as I'm pulling out, so I had to press the brakes. Didn't even come close to hitting him. Didn't even come. He practically shoves the girl 500 feet across the street, puts his hands up, right, with his stupid gay little tribal tattoos on his arm.
Of course, yeah.
He mumbles something, and I forgot what I said. I must have said something. I'm sure I said something. But then I go to turn left, and they're crossing the street now where I'm turning. And so the guy, it was almost like the same exact thing happened. And I was just like, all right, great. I'll just wait for you twice, faggot. And then he turned, and then, because my windows were down. And then he turns around, and that's when I see it. The fucking nose ring, dude.
Oh, man.
Yeah. In the mustache. And I swear to God, I don't know what he said to me. And I was just like, God, you're such a faggot with that nose ring and the mustache. Like, dude, this is why I hate the city. And then I just drove off. Like, what the fuck? Dude, I just wanted to be like, God, I feel bad for your father. Like, he is, man. What a fag, dude.
Dude, that is so hilarious. I just saw some clip on Twitter like an hour ago of some gal with the nose ring telling everybody to fuck off, and if you're, Trump guy, if you're even a boy, if you're a man, fuck off. Like, it was this whole thing, and And it was all about how she's clapping back at all the haters. I guess there's a new trend on TikTok and online where people are making fun of the folks with the bull nose ring now, the septum
is that
thing.
a thing?
They're
Finally.
calling it like septum piercing theory or nose ring theory or something. There's something going on. I haven't caught on to it fully. I'll have to do.
What's the theory?
Well, I don't know. I got to read into it, but my theory is that the septum piercing, this nose ring hoop that the youth have been wearing, has been some sort of a psyop to sterilize humanity. That's kind of my thought, because I remember you and I discussed it a while back in the old farm land in Italy. They would put the ring in the bull's nose to
stop it from digging.
To stop it from digging, right? To make it docile and to, there's an element of, submissiveness to the ring and the nose there. So I think there's a psychological aspect. They pulled a fast one on the youth and maybe even millennials. I think millennials are part of the nose ring septum fad as well. So there's something going on with this nose ring designed to subconsciously make people be inferior to the rest of humanity.
It makes you look like an idiot.
That's what I'm.
Yeah. Dude, you gotta love AI. The so-called septum ring theory isn't a widely recognized or scientifically validated theory.
Of course, yeah. Well, then, forget about it.
Thanks, AI. But it's just the idea that people, that anybody with a septum piercing, particularly women, are unattractive. Which, spot on. Yeah.
That's the theory. All right. I kind of hedge more psychological with it, and I'm thinking more that these people are, they're like enslaved on some level. Mentally enslaved, I feel like.
It's a weird thing to do. Put that nose ring in. It looks crazy.
Right. Yeah, it's not... There's
the mustache with the nose ring? Dude, who are you?
It's not a good look.
Go get a job.
He's clearly on drugs. Probably,
Go get a job. A real job.
I don't know. We got weird fads going on right now. The nose ring's still rocking. And then...
I mean, don't you have friends? Like, I feel like I show up anywhere I normally hang out with a nose ring, and everybody's going to immediately make fun of me.
They would first ask about it, and then, I would be ridiculed to no end.
Until I took it out.
Yeah, well, you have real family and friends who care about you and will tell you the truth.
Oh, even family. Yeah. Nona would make fun of me more than anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
She'd be the worst one.
You would hope, I guess, that you've cultivated an environment around you well enough that the people around you are willing to tell you, hey, you look like an idiot.
You look like an idiot, yeah. Although, nobody told me I was fat when I was fat. See?
No,
then you lose the weight, and everybody's like, man,
you look great. Yeah,
thank God,
that's
because
what
you started to look like out of control. And everybody had that, like, you were starting to look pretty bad. Like, why didn't you guys say something? Somebody say something.
No, everybody's fat, though. That's number one. Most people are fat. And number two, I subconsciously, I think people like to see other people look less healthy.
Yeah, it makes you feel better.
Makes you feel better about yourself. So, we all pretend like we want to cheer everybody else on. And, oh, you're looking great. Keep it up, guy. I hope you stick with the workout and you're looking fantastic. But really, secretively, I probably will feel so much better if next time I see you, you're like 10 pounds overweight, sweaty, and you're complaining about your backache, and I'll be like, oh,
nothing we like more than a loser to just bring us up. Like a guy who quit drinking, now he's back to drinking.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you failed.
Well, let me buy you a shot, my man. Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back to the pit.
Don't forget your keys. You're going to want to drive later.
That's right.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, you're right. We love bringing people down.
Well, I think it's hard to maintain, especially as you get older. It's hard to maintain your weight, your youthfulness. It's hard to have energy. And so it's harder to do the working out. It's harder to have the willpower to eat right, not do the fast food and all that stuff. So when we see others who are doing great and avoiding the fast food and working out regularly, it kind of pisses us off because we're not able to do it, right?
Pisses out, dude, when they're eating fast food, when the other guys are eating like fast food, like burritos and stuff, and I'm sitting there with my faggy little hard-boiled eggs and fruit. Oh, I want to make fun of myself. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, I feel it, man. One guy at work, very inquisitive about my life because I maintain a level of mystery, if you will. You know, I don't party with the guys, and I don't talk a lot about what I do outside of work. And so, you know, he'd ask me like, "Oh, what do you got in that lunch sack you got every day there?" And I said, "Berries and hard-boiled eggs." And he paused and looked at me, and he shook his head and said, "You are that kind of guy, aren't you?" I said, "Yes, I am. I am that kind of guy every day, keeping it tight. Once in a while, I'll toss in like a tuna sandwich or a chicken salad sandwich."
3/4, baby.
That's right, 3/4. I drive a Subaru, my friend. I don't know if you know this about me.
I'm peeking out the closet. Yeah. Just peeking.
But I do think, again, people love to see other people wallow in the same misery that they're kind of swimming through. But then you just nailed it. No one's going to tell you when you're fat. But when you lose the weight, everyone will notice and tell you, you look great. You look fantastic.
Same thing with the drinking. Everybody will drink with you, and everybody will party with you, and everything, you know, and encourage your drinking. But then when you quit, everybody's like, "Well, yeah, I don't want to say nothing. You were going a little excessive." You're like, "Well, yo, motherfucker, you were pouring the shots." What do you mean?
Yeah, man. No, I ran into a guy, an older fella that used to be a regular at the bar I worked at. And he was very chipper, and we were chatting for a little bit, and he was just going to be on his way. And he kind of said, "You know, I'd buy you a shot, but I've been laying off the booze for a little bit." And I was like, "Wow, congrats, man. How long have you been quitting for?" And he goes, "I've been off for 2 months." You know, his doctor told him, "Hey, how often do you drink?" And he's like, "Every day." He goes, "Well, slow it down. You got to cut that back a little bit. It's really affecting your health there." So, you know, he's a 65-year-old guy, so he's like, "All right, I'm going to cut back for a couple weeks and then tone it down." Said after 2 weeks, he felt amazing. Didn't want to have another drink. And so I think, you know, there's a nice little element there where you got to feel right for yourself. And then when he was talking to me, I was like, I wasn't going to say anything, but you look fantastic. Like, you look healthy. You have, like, color in the face. And because if you're not sitting in a bar drinking all day, you're outside getting some sun, hanging out, hiking,
when they're not blocking
golf.
it.
Right. Yes, right. When they're not blocking the sun.
That's what it is. Yeah, you're actually doing stuff that's healthy.
Yeah.
The sunshine is really, man, you got to get some sun.
The sunshine. We were averse to the sun. Absolutely. Our culture, everybody hates sun for some reason. I haven't been able to really...
Yeah, put away the sunblock.
Put away... Yeah, well, I mean... Well, you could argue I get too much sun, but I'm definitely nowhere near where RFK Jr. is at. That guy just literally just lays in the sun, I think, all day long, and then goes to the tanning salon.
He does the butthole tanning, for sure.
Oh, he totally does. I think it was a viral-ish video a couple months ago. Some clown followed RFK Jr. in and then out of a tanning salon and was like filming him like, "Oh, here's your health nut," you know, in the tanning salon. And dude, he looks pretty good. Maybe I'm gonna go hit up the tanning salon. I don't know. Like, he looks really good for his age. So this whole idea that you're gonna mock this man who's 70-something years old and looks better than most of us, I don't know. It's not working for me, man.
Yeah. I did love that challenge with Pete Hegseth.
One of the greatest things I've seen in a long time, only because we had just talked about how awesome RFK Jr. was with the going on the hike and the message of just, you know, folks, get outside, bring a friend, talk with somebody, have a conversation, put your phone away, walk in the sunlight, move your muscles. It was hilarious going down that road. And then sure enough, RFK Jr. is like, you know, I'm not spreading enough love out there. I need to really push it home even further. Let's get down with the Pete and Bobby challenge. Yeah. We've got a bunch of Marines here working out, including RFK Jr.
Hi, I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., your HHS Secretary. I'm here with Secretary Hegseth from the Department of Defense. And we had our big peak body challenge today. 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups.
Just compare it to the Biden administration. Nobody in Biden's administration could do a pull-up.
I never saw anyone talk about exercise for 4 years. No one mentioned exercise.
Closest thing to exercise was the one gay dude butt fucking the other gay dude. That was the closest we had to exercise.
Yeah, at least there was physical activity going on at the Biden White House, right?
You try to get under 5 minutes. How'd you do?
We got close. I was about 5:25. You were right behind me.
All right, 5 minutes and 25 seconds.
Wow.
Our 70-year-old HHS, Robert Kennedy Jr., 100 push-ups, 50 pull-ups.
Crazy. That's so hard.
I can't even do that, dude. I'd probably start getting the shakes somewhere around pull-up number 20, I imagine.
In 5 minutes? Just the
Yeah.
50 and 5 is hard. Wow.
That's incredible. What a great challenge. I think this is awesome. And you know what's so amazing about this? I have no idea what RFK's opinion is on how climate change affects community of colors. Communities of color, right? I have no idea what RFK is thinking about the climate change or whether or not there's a food desert in Chicago. Like he's not concerned about that. He's talking about getting outside, exercising, and if you do escape the food desert, find yourself a grocery store, avoid the middle section of that grocery aisle. You know, go branch out to where the natural foods are, right? So this is good stuff, man.
And don't forget, man, we're like 8 months in. 0 bags of cocaine in the White House. I'm gonna call that a win for Trump.
I don't know if Don Jr.'s been hanging around there or not, though. That's the question. What's Don Jr. up to? Hey, it's funny, you don't really relate the drug use and all that with the Trump administration. That is a purely Biden get down, man. The cocaine, the drugs.
The best part about the cocaine is we don't know if it was his crackhead son or his crackhead running mate who he then nominated for president.
I think at this point it's well established it was Kamala's or someone on Kamala's team's coke, because Hunter has repeatedly in multiple interviews said he was absolutely enraged that they didn't come out right away and admit it wasn't Hunter's, because everyone was blaming Hunter. Hunter was pissed because, you know, he's not pissed off if it is his cocaine. He'll take the blame if it was his coke, but no, that wasn't his coke, man.
Well, it's not right. Didn't you listen to the interview? We all know. If it was Hunter's, he would have cooked it down and made it.
That's right.
The cocaine wouldn't have lasted long enough to be found.
Good
Right?
call.
It's more pure.
That's
More pure,
right.
Frank. It's better than alcohol.
You cook away all the nasty stuff. You get that pure coke, man.
Pure. It's more pure. Is it better than alcohol? Who's to say?
That's
I don't
right.
know.
Probably, right?
Probably. Yeah, that's right. Probably.
Probably.
Best quote. They should put that on his tombstone. Probably.
Great call. If it was Hunter's, he should have came out right when the bag of cocaine was found in the Biden White House and said, "No, folks, I do crack rocks, not the powder. That's amateur hour, man."
He just goes and puts his thumb in there. Bush League. That's not I give my shit straight from the source.
This wouldn't even get me high, man. What is this?
My cocaine comes with my Ukrainian money in a suitcase.
That's right, man. You get some American dollars, some euros, the cocaine. It's all in there, man, all together.
Delivered by a 14-year-old girl. That's like that's the deal. It's the deal.
Come on. We all know how Hunter works, man. Yeah.
Out of here.
Oh, man. Well, Mike, I got to say, we were tapping into it. I've had it on the docket for a long time. I'm going to toss it in there only because I think it's coming out now in the next couple weeks when Congress gets back into session. I know they're still holding off because they found the list that never existed for Jeffrey Epstein, and then they didn't want to release it, but it didn't even exist. So, they went on an early summer break for Congress, which delayed then a whole host of other bills that they were going to sign.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Mike knows what I'm talking about. Because Mike is suffering, folks, underneath the power of weather modification and chemtrails and cloud seeding and geoengineering. It is unstoppable. And you know what? It is stoppable, actually. I think it will be stopped. Here we go.
The claim is outlandish that the government can control the weather. It can't. But the conspiracy theory appears to have gone mainstream in some conservative districts.
Wait a minute. The government can't control the weather, but they can control the climate?
Oh, wow. Yes, good call, dude. Holy cow.
Wow. Frank, it's outlandish that they can control the weather. Now give me money so we can control the climate.
Yes, dude.
Come on. It's outlandish.
Now sacrifice all your freedoms and rights so we can control the climate. I love where you're at with that. Great call, man. I never thought of that. That's so funny. I keyed in on this only because I love how they immediately open it, which right off the bat discredits anything that they're about to talk about. He just says that people claim that the government controls the weather, which is a flat-out lie. None of the nut jobs are saying the government controls the weather. It's even in the Chiron right there. The government modifies the weather. God controls the weather, but our government cosplays as God and tries to modify it and tinker with it and manipulate it and force it to do certain things it's not supposed to in certain regions.
Outlandish.
It's crazy to think. I mean, if they had the ability to even modify the weather, Mike, wouldn't there be private companies like, I don't know, the Rainmaker, who are making millions of dollars, modifying the weather, creating clouds, making it rain?
The Rainmaker, the only man to call when you need to wipe out 100 girls camping. You got a little girl problem? Call the Rainmaker.
We'll flood them out in 2 hours, baby. Yeah, man. I just love how immediately they're like, oh, these tinfoil nutjobs claim the government controls the weather. No, asshole.
Outlandish. We only control the climate. The climate. We can control the climate.
Not the weather.
Part by a very real uptick in extreme weather, partly due to the impacts of climate change. The spread of those conspiracy theories has now prompted some local officials and congressional Republicans to push for legislation to ban, quote, weather modification. NBC News analysis found that GOP lawmakers in nearly 20 state legislatures have proposed such bills. Governors in 2 states have signed them into law. And in Congress, a pair of Republican lawmakers recently introduced a bill to punish alleged weather modifiers.
So it's outlandish.
It's outlandish.
It's a tinfoil hat nutjob conspiracy, except 20 states have signed on to ban it, and 2 governors have already passed laws to ban the actions going on in their skies.
And the Democrats are voting against it.
Oh, of course, because they love aluminum in their skies. Democrats love aluminum. They just want aluminum in the veins in their vaccines, sprayed and rained down upon them from the sky.
But if it's outlandish and you're not doing it, why vote against the bill? Why not just... Hey, Frank, you know what? I'm going to sign on to this one for you, but then you owe me one.
Yes.
And now you owe me one for something that we're not even doing.
Right.
If you came up to me, you're like, Mike, we're going to sign a ban that punishes puppy killers. I'd be like, yeah, I'm not killing any puppies.
For sure.
Let's pass it away.
Yeah, absolutely. Great call, dude. That's hilarious.
I love
it. Why the opposition? How can you claim it's outlandish in a conspiracy theory, but then all these governors and state representatives are signing on and joining legislation to ban it from the skies? It's just crazy to me. Like, you can't have it both ways. It either doesn't exist and we want to ban it, or it does exist and we want to ban it, right? That's how it works.
Outlandish.
Outlandish.
I love how they open that story. Totally unbiased.
That's what I'm saying. No, they immediately destroy the idea right at the conception. So at no point during the rest of the news segment are they going to come back to reality. This is all just fantasy. Oh, we're gonna mock Marjorie Taylor Greene and all these other people for believing in it, even though this bill is going to pass. There are a lot of Republicans on board with this. I know this sounds crazy to a lot of people out there, but most humans like the sun, and they would prefer for the sun not to be blocked by Bill Gates.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You need sun for life, for growing things,
Is that how that works?
Yeah, so I think most people, I'm not saying all of them, but most people like to have sunshine. They believe it's good for life.
Have you noticed he's like slowly turning into Mr. Burns? Bill Gates.
He is Mr. Burns.
Like he's slowly like even getting the posture.
Yes.
Like,
there was
like the feebleness.
What is it? Mr. Burns is based on a real person. Jacob Rothschild.
Wow, one of the Rothschilds, huh?
This is gonna blow your mind, my friend.
Wow.
Yeah, Nathan, I think, just recently died. He's well-known. He's one of the more well-known Rothschilds. He's really good friends with that Satanist witch, Abramovich, or whatever her name is. He has a painting in his home, or he did when he was alive, it's Satan summoning the legion of demons to invade the Earth realm or something like that. And the painting, which is from like 1600, eerily, Satan summoning the legions looks like the Statue of Liberty, which is really crazy. But Jacob Rothschild is Mr. Burns, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Nailed it, huh?
The creators of The Simpsons knew exactly what they were doing.
Wow.
They got it.
That's
Yeah.
creepy.
So
terrible, man.
in the Rothschilds,
Dude, you start getting into them in World War I and II, and
oh yeah,
it's disgusting.
they purposefully started both wars in order to push
disgusting.
and this is popular now, but this is where a lot of the Zionism comes from, and the belief that the Rothschilds, if I'm not mistaken, part of the Oshkosh Bagosh Jews, that the Ashkenazi, and this is all legend, and allegedly, according to the legend, the Rothschilds, their goal was to establish, the state of Israel in the Middle East and the Holy Land, and they purposely staged those two wars to get to that point, to destabilize the banking systems and to put in their own kind of control on the banking systems. And the Rothschild thing is really fascinating with Hitler, only because Hitler's mother, I believe, was a maid for the Rothschilds in Austria.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's widely believed that Hitler is an illegitimate child of the Rothschilds via his mother, who was a maid. She was then sent to a lowly farm that they had owned somewhere in Austria there, where Hitler was raised incognito, right? Because they didn't want people to know he was a Rothschild. And then he did his whole thing, became the artist, right? And then he dropped out of art school, and that's what made him hate Jews and decided to start World War II, if I'm not mistaken, if I know my history.
Sounds about right.
But according to the legends out there, a lot of people believe the Rothschilds summoned Hitler back to the estate, gave him the lowdown on his genealogy and the bloodline that he belongs to, and how he is now destined to help them take on this new pathway for humanity, which was World War II. And my God, the world frickin' changed after World War II. So they definitely they set some boundaries, made some lines, and crafted our world that we know today. So yeah, the Rothschilds, dude, creepy folk.
Oh, that's crazy.
They're infused in all these stories and history, and every time the Federal
they're
Reserve,
always in the background.
They're always
they're
there,
always
dude.
In the background.
Yes,
the worst times.
It's ridiculous.
Dude, I heard a crazy fact about World War I. They said when the U.S. was drawn in, was it 1917?
Yeah, man.
They said we had barely an army, barely a military. We were kind of like a joke on the world stage. And by 1919, we were producing more artillery rounds than Britain, France, and Germany combined.
Damn, dude.
It took
Holy
us 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It's really impressive, man.
We're a logistical machine. That's what it is.
War machine, dude. That's what we do.
It's the logistics, man.
But we got into it in World War One. You're saying that's where we really figured out or honed in on production.
I said before that we were really just like a joke of a military, and then that's when we really took off. And then they were saying that these generals, all these generals around the Japanese leader, brought up World War One, and were trying to get him to not attack the U.S. because they said there was no way they could beat us on a logistics level. They had more men, more weapons, better army, arguably.
Wow.
But, yeah, and then it was just the same thing happened in World War II with our ships and everything. We were just outproducing tanks. Our tanks were nowhere near German tanks, but we could. You blow up 5, we got 10 more coming.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah, that was a time though where we all got after it. Didn't we all come together as a country? And you had the ladies there with the muscles, and they were riveting up the planes, and kids were making bombs and bullets.
But I think it's more than that. I think it's the capitalistic nature of America. You know
Good
what
call.
I mean?
Yeah, we got to make more now.
We're able to produce.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Oh, that is really interesting, man. And then, sure enough, World War II. It is crazy. You got Civil War, 1860s, and then World War One. That's the teens in the 1900s. So I mean, that isn't a lot of time, but it in between there, from lining up in the field at Gettysburg and charging and locking and loading one after one and pumping the bullet in and then kneeling down, then the next row stands up, and we were there. And then World War II, you had machine guns, and you were just plowing through bodies and fields as they're hanging in the barbed wire and the trench warfare.
Yeah, World
man.
War One, that was fucking brutal.
What a crazy jump though, if you really think about it. It's a 50-year difference basically, and you went from lining up in the fields to we got trenches and machine guns and submarines and all that stuff. And then World War II, what is that, about 20 years later, 30 years later? And then all of a sudden World War II, man. And then we're dropping nuke bombs, baby.
Nukes, tanks, fighter jets. Oh, no, I don't think we had jets. Fighter planes.
Yeah, we had fighter planes, right? We were doing dogfights.
Yeah.
World War II.
I was just watching this thing on how they engineered the machine gun to shoot between the impeller.
I didn't even think that was a problem, man. Holy cow.
Think about that, because you don't want to shoot your...
There's a great scene in, I believe,
Indiana Jones,
where Sean Connery blasts away their own plane, right?
It's great.
So that was a problem. All right. Very cool. Very nice. Well, and what's amazing is you look at what's going on in Ukraine right now. I was just reading today, the meeting happened yesterday, and then there were more drone attacks going on last night. Like Ukraine's shooting drones, and then Russia's sending drones over to Ukraine. It's going to be interesting looking back on this time like 50 years from now, and how the leap we made in warfare from Gulf War I to Gulf War II to Ukraine, Russia, and whatever war we're going to be embroiled in next.
Yeah, it is crazy.
You're even like, you look at shots from Gulf War I, it looks very old fashioned. It looks very
like with
outdated.
The tanks and shit.
It's crazy.
No, like the Iraq, like Operation Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom.
Yes.
Tanks are pretty much obsolete.
For sure.
For like modern warfare and everything. Like you really can't do tanks. It's crazy how like how much it's changed.
How different would have Afghanistan or Iraq had been if we had the drones we have now going down the streets?
I think we did though.
I don't think they were as good. I was reading about our recent the Gulf War II, when we bombed Afghanistan after 9/11. I was reading about it, and how the CIA with some elite special forces, right around the time, if not right before we declared war in Afghanistan, they were hunting down bin Laden in Tora Bora, and they had him pinpointed. They believed via their reconnaissance and people there, local villagers, they were certain that he was about 30 miles into Tora Bora. And I guess in Afghanistan, Tora Bora was our CIA helped create Tora Bora when the Afghans were fighting the Russians in the 70s. And Tora Bora is it's basically a complex cave system within the mountains of Afghanistan that they burrowed in and out of in order to kind of escape these imperialistic forces. And so we had bin Laden in our sights in Tora Bora. We were 30 miles away from him, and we stopped because we didn't have the capabilities to safely go into the cavernous areas because it was such a tight thing. You couldn't bring trucks or tanks or anything. You basically had to foot it. You know, you had to get down and walk the terrain. And they were saying how at that time they experimented for the first time with what was called a Predator. There was the Predator drones.
Wow.
But the first time they used one, it was a reconnaissance Predator, and they figured out how to hook up 2 missiles to it.
Damn.
And the first time they used a Predator drone with missiles was 2001 when they were searching and trying to kill bin Laden in the mountains of Tora Bora. And they blasted the crap out of those caverns and whatever, and it did nothing. It inflicted 0 damage, and they realized we got no chance at finding this guy in there.
That's when they built the Moab.
The Moab, baby, yeah. But now look at us. Now we got the teeny little drones. You got the little, joystick, and they're just
little goggles.
Yeah, dude, they're just whizzing around. And now you could have sent, 300 of those little guys into Tora Bora, and they would just go all around dropping little C4 bombs and everything.
Yeah.
And so the warfare has dramatically changed, and it's so interesting to just go back in time just 20 years ago and see, like, man, we weren't even there yet with the drones, but now, dude, you got guys in Ukraine just like, bubblegum wrapping C4 to a drone and just like shooting it over it's seriously like, that's how easy it is now, man. So that's really crazy when you think about it.
Running them on fiber optic cable. Have you seen that field where it's just littered with fiber optic cables?
Get out of here.
That's the way they're doing it now because of the jammers.
Wow.
So now you hook it up with a 1,000-yard fiber optic reel.
Holy cow. And you know what's going to happen? 20 years from now, there's going to be one of those infomercials where they're going to ask you to send $5 to the kids in Ukraine who are all injured from the trip wires that they have, like strung out all over these fields. All these kids are like dying from these fiber optic wires that are strung out everywhere. They're losing hands and arms and feet. Right?
In the arms of an angel.
Can we get Celine Dion over here? We got a huge problem.
You just got like a kid like hanging, stuck in a spider web.
But it is interesting. We're witnessing history unfolding as we speak with the Ukraine situation, which is a total new game of warfare. And it's just interesting how quickly things have changed in 20 years. We only had these gigantic Super Predator drones in Afghanistan. Now we got these teeny little gadgets that can explode mini nuke bombs probably on people.
That is crazy.
So it'll be interesting 20, 30 years from now to see where this moment has taken us, right? Because the inventions and the advancements that occur in these war scenarios are always what propel us societally into the future.
Yeah.
We always leapfrog into this new technological age. So, war, it's a racket and it sucks, but it leads to a lot of cool stuff in the future.
A lot of innovation, man.
That's right, man.
Innovation.
Yeah, so good times had by all, man. Very interesting. Good little tangent. I hadn't thought about World War I in a long time, so I'm glad it's now top of mind.
Like when it pops up. Yeah.
Well, every day I think about the Romans. It's crazy. I just think about
so
Rome
stupid.
every day.
Dude.
I wake up every morning. I'm like,
so stupid.
I wonder what Octavius was doing. This time 2,000 years ago.
So stupid. The Romans.
Yeah, man. I think about it every day.
No.
Every day I wake
up.
But
speaking of Ukraine, man, you see that meeting with Zelenskyy and Trump?
So
Genius.
I watched quite a bit of it, it was pretty
It's the first time I liked Zelenskyy. Like,
good call, dude.
you know what I mean? He actually showed a little personality. I liked it. I thought it was a good meeting.
He was funny,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
He was cracking jokes.
He wasn't this like helpless loser coming in begging for money, you know?
Yeah, it was actually it was entertaining. For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about out there, Zelenskyy and Macron and a bunch of other European leaders came to visit Trump and discuss his meeting that he had with Russia and with Putin.
Putin.
Here's a good shot. This was probably the highlight of it for me here when they were cracking jokes and laughing. And Trump just makes me laugh when I see him laughing. I don't know why. He's just a funny dude. And
you got a clip? You got the clip of it?
And then I do. Yeah, I think I'm trying to find it right now. Yes, I have. This is a quick one. It's when the interviewer asked him about the suit, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
that's
the
right.
best one.
Yes,
Yeah. Marjorie's boyfriend.
that's right.
So stupid.
So dumb. But in the midst of all the seriousness, an important question was posited to Mr. Zelenskyy there.
President Zelenskyy, you look fabulous in that suit.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, you look good.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, looks
I
good.
said to the one that attacked you last time. See, that was I remember that.
Yeah, I apologize to you. You look wonderful. No, my first question for you, President Zelenskyy.
In the same suit. You see, I changed you.
Maybe yours is much better than mine.
Yeah,
I love that. He calls him out in the same suit. Come on.
yeah.
It's great stuff. That's why, I mean, look at Zelenskyy. He's actually, like, personable. Like, he's good. I don't know.
He's a real person. He's a human being with
Yeah.
emotions, and he's funny. He's actually, we forget, he's a comedian. He's an actor.
Yeah.
He's an actual actor that was put in place to be the puppet of Ukraine, puppet dictator. So he's probably very charismatic. He's probably hilarious to talk to and hang out with. Wouldn't mind doing a bump of cocaine and have a beer with old Zelenskyy, right? Yeah, that's the kind of guy he is.
Can I just say, Trump, this isn't your apartment over there in New York. Let's tone down the gold a little bit.
Dude,
Come on, man, can we tone it down? Look at this place, dude. This is like when our grandma died and our grandpa started decorating.
That's right. Yeah,
That's exactly what it looked like.
great minds think alike. You know, wealthy old guys like to adorn their surroundings in gold. It's you got to see. I've been checking out hotels in the Vegas Strip, and I just kind of perused up in the northern part of the Strip where Trump Tower is. It's a little off the Strip. It's not the greatest location, but I just wanted to take a look inside, and sure enough, dude, it's gold. Everything inside the lot, it's all gold, man. The guy just thrives and lives on gold. He might be an Anunnaki or some sort of alien race.
Yeah.
You know, I there's this great
It's so tacky, dude. I hate the gold.
there's a great theory out there that the Anunnaki, they're on Nibiru that does the opposite elliptic.
Like every 4,000 years.
Right, they come back around. They created us human ape hybrids with some of their DNA with a little governor in our brain so that way we don't get too smart, start using too much of that alien brain. But they allegedly created us because, and you're going to like this ties into the weather modification. This is going to blow your mind, actually. I know, yeah. So they apparently created us to mine the gold in Earth because Earth is a rare planet that is rich in gold. And the Anunnaki, according to this legend, they use the gold and refine it down to fine dust gold particles, and they spray it into their atmosphere to cool the planet and block the sunlight from destroying their planet.
Outlandish.
I knew Bill Gates was an alien. That's all I'm saying. I knew it from day one. Bill Gates, Anunnaki.
The problem with that, though, is we don't have a lot of gold. I mean, that's why it's so hard to get. That's one of the reasons it's so much money is because it's hard to get.
Right. We have even less silver, which is crazy.
You sure about that?
I'm almost certain we have a finite amount of silver in this beast.
And an infinite amount of gold?
I think, yeah, gold just forms, right?
No. All the heavy metals were born in a star.
Actually? No.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Silver is a finite resource. Only a limited amount can be extracted from the earth.
Right. Same with gold.
Same thing. All right.
I'm pretty positive that's why it's so much money.
That's weird though, but silver, $38 an ounce, which is huge considering like a year ago it was like 23 an ounce.
Yeah, it's a lot for silver, but gold is like 3,000.
And a year ago it was 2,100. So that's pretty impressive. Where gold is at? Gold's at like 3,400 now.
I remember like 5 years ago it was like 1,200. I was like, man, I'll wait till it goes down to 1,000.
I know. Yeah.
It's gonna go back. It'll dip. Dip.
Yeah, it never did. I had the same thing, but then eventually I just kept buying it because I follow Robert Kiyosaki. He's the guy who wrote the
Rich Dad
Poor Dad, man. I like him. He's an entertaining fella. He has good advice. I think Rich Dad Poor Dad, a little bit outdated, but it's still actually, I think, kind of plays into where we're at economically. His advice in there is pretty sound. But he's huge, or has been the last few years, on telling everybody basically every day, the dollar's going to die. We're going to have a market crash before 2030. Buy gold, buy silver, and buy Bitcoin. He's been saying Bitcoin will reach 1 million a Bitcoin.
Yeah, he talked about. I saw this thing where he talked about how Bitcoin already ruined the dollar.
Yeah, for sure. And
because it's a currency somebody made up, and it's worth $100,000.
I know, it's crazy.
That's insane.
If you buy in now, even, and it goes up to 1 million, you're gonna make a nice little dollar there.
10x, baby.
That's right, man. Same thing with the gold and silver. He made some wild predictions over the last few years, and especially with Bitcoin. Back when Bitcoin had like a major plummet, and I guess Bitcoin, by the way, it's August. It historically always dramatically drops or crashes in August. So, and he said that there could be another one, but back when the last one happened, like a year or two ago, it was at like 60,000 for Bitcoin, and he said a year from now it'll be up to 100,000, and he almost nailed it on the time frame. Like, it was actually kind of crazy how right on the mark he was. And before that, I had a little extra cash here and there, so I just off the bat started putting in on gold and silver stocks, buying actual gold and silver. I started doing Bitcoin and all that stuff, and I buy the dips for the Bitcoin at least.
Buy the dips.
Yeah, buy the Bitcoin dips. Gold, silver doesn't dip very much at all. When it does a little, I still buy in. I really enjoy it. I think the gold and the silver really attracts me because it's just, I can hold it, and I know it has value. Like I'm holding something, and if everything were to go to shit, I could buy something with this silver. I could get something with this silver, for sure.
I always think about that. That's what, when Katrina happened.
Yes.
Everybody had the same story. I would have paid $1,000 for clean drinking water. But where are you going to get the $1,000? It's in my bank account. The ATMs they're not working. Where are you going to get the cash?
And it's always crazy how in those moments like Katrina and other major catastrophes that we've seen take place, people always talk about how I wish I had a gun.
Oh yeah, always.
I mean, because dude, when things break down, man. I mean,
when society breaks down, man.
Here right now in Denver, good luck calling a cop for anything. You're not going to get anyone showing up for a long time. I mean, but imagine if society breaks down, they ain't ever showing up. Nobody anywhere, dude. You're on your own.
Fucked.
So I think.
And that's when you realize, all you fucking liberals, that there's just evil people out there that are waiting to exploit that situation.
Absolutely. I mean, just look at the mobs of people ready to destroy the cities during George Floyd in 2020.
I know. Oh, can I talk about this?
Yeah, man.
Something was always off about, like, because even I had the argument over the pallets of bricks, right? Where I was like, well, I do drive around a lot. There's a lot of construction. I do see pallets of bricks.
That's right, man. Yeah.
But like this past couple of weeks, I've been at a lot of job sites. Like going from different job sites where they're rebuilding like whole buildings sometimes or whatever.
Yeah, man.
And I realized what was off is, I go to these places where there's just pallets of bricks on the corner, but nowhere are you doing a construction project. You got one pallet of bricks.
Right.
You got 10, 20 pallets lined up, stacked on top of each other, right? Because you're doing fucking 10,000, 15,000 bricks
For
for
sure,
this
yeah.
building.
That's right,
you know
man.
what I mean? It's not going to be, 64 one pallet.
A
you know
pallet,
what I mean?
right.
It's going to be fucking a truckload is coming and dropping off bricks.
Dude, that
That's
is
what
great perspective on that, right? In what scenario is any contractor ordering a pallet of bricks?
Never,
Never,
dude.
dude.
I was thinking about that today because I went to go do like when I parked. There's like as I get my tools, this truck pulls up and it's loaded with bricks. And then when I'm done with my job, I almost can't get my truck out because they unloaded this semi truck. It's like a maze of bricks, of pallets of bricks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Like, yeah, during those protests, it was like this was one brick. You know
On
what
this
I mean?
corner, then 2 blocks
one
down
pallet.
on another corner. Yeah.
That doesn't happen. No, it'd be.
You could thank USAID for those pallets of bricks during the Summer of Love. I guarantee it, man.
Who's ordering one pallet? You know?
George Soros. That's who.
That should be towers.
Mike, I can't believe I'm saying it. Fastest hour in the universe. I want to thank everyone for hanging out, enjoying the good times and great oldies. D-Day, thank you for tuning in and dropping in the chat. And Durdurius, we got a new guy in there.
Hey,
all right, man.
Durdurius.
Yeah,
Don't know what
very
that
nice.
means.
I'm sure it's a racial slang of some sort. So we got plenty more to get to on the second half here. We will be back after the short intermission from DJ Rodfather.
It's a new song, man. Heard it on XRT today.
Oh, yeah, I love new music, man. Excellent.
XRT.
Probably written by AI, I bet.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I hope
now
so.
they say it kind of sounds a little like
It's all AI now, man. That's all it is. AI and Taylor Swift. I don't think it's coming through, actually. Did you, do you got the play on there? Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard this song?
I have not. I like it
Hurry up,
already.
It's a quickie.
All right, I'm in. Let's do it. They make them short these days.
She's my everything. She's all I need. Sometimes more than I Questions are loaded. Her face is alive. She's cryptically coded. She's it's just big emotions. It's not jealousy. Most days of the week. She's always giving it to me. Late night, she's always accusing. Last time she said she would kill me. Well, my girl's a bitch when she's moody. But she's my everything. She's all I need. Sometimes more than I want. Making her eyes roll on her bad side soul. It's been a long night. She's always giving it to me. Late night, she's always accusing. Last time she said she would kill me. My girl's a bitch when she's always giving it to me. Late night, she's always accusing. Last time she said she would kill me. My girl's a bitch when she's moody. But she's my everything. She's all that I need. Sometimes more than I want.
All right, man. Yeah. Very cool. Had a bit of a Dr. Dog feel to it, I gotta say.
Don't know who that is, but
All right, yeah, Dr. Dog, new-ish, not new. They're kind of, 10 years old, so I don't know anything new actually. Now that I think about it, that is official old age for me right there.
That is old age.
I described a band from 15 years ago as a new-ish band. Yeah, these new kids on the block. I don't know if you heard of them.
I couldn't even listen to the music. I just looked at their pants. Pull them up, young man.
Which is hilariously true again now. Have you seen like Justin Bieber and like Willow Smith or Jaden Smith? Yeah.
What's crazy is I remember like wearing my pants low and like always being yelled at by the older men, like pull your pants up. But like now I'm like looking at these kids, I'm like, how do you even do it?
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Well, wasn't the whole I think the whole deal was your dong is so massive it holds the pants up.
Is that what's holding them up? I'm always wondering, like, how do you keep them up?
That's what I thought it was. There's just a bunch of Pete Davidsons out there walking around with their shorts hanging down to their dong.
That's ridiculous.
I have seen a lot of kids walking around in the neighborhood, and I'm talking, man, the black Jenko jeans that make you look like you have elephant legs. They're so freaking wide. Like, where they fan out so wide where it's completely covering the shoe. You know, you don't see the shoe, and they almost look like they're floating down the sidewalk. And all I could think about was, how is it staying, like, on the hips right there? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be a threshold where the pants just fall.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
And if you're walking, you know, I don't know how I did it. And I look back on myself, and I rocked the Jankos. I loved the Jankos. And I don't think I had the most ridiculous Jankos. There was kind of a spectrum of Janko, if you remember.
Right.
Like, I remember, who was it? The Hatfields, Nick Hatfield and his brothers. They were, like, Janko masters. They had the, like, gigantic Jankos where it was like almost like an umbrella on both legs, you know. And
weren't they bladers?
Bladers, yes.
That was like the thing. That's what Jinkos were for. Were for the guys with the rollerblades.
That's right, man. Yeah.
So
you do the Jankos with the chain wallet, if I'm not mistaken.
Chain wallet. Yeah.
That was the look, dude, with the Vans, and you got to rock the Vans. That was the whole look.
Vans.
Yeah.
Man, I saw this group of dudes. I'm like waiting at the red light, and these group of dudes were passing. And why are shorts so short?
That's what's crazy. They got the long pants. The pants are way longer than they should be in the shorts. Yeah, the fellas are showing a lot of thigh.
Too much. Zero thigh is how much thigh you should be showing if you're a man.
You made fun of me in my shorts when we were on vacation, and it was like a centimeter above my kneecap. You're like, I didn't know you were fully out of the closet, my man. What's going on here?
Trying to fuck me while I'm here, Fred. Jesus Christ. Showing me those knees.
That's
dude.
right.
No thigh if you're a man. Your thighs, nobody needs to see your thighs.
Emma and I went to this place, Cactus Jack's, up in the mountains, and for lunch, and we saw a live band I was telling you about in the last show. And the band hired, or maybe it was a friend of theirs, but he was like a semi-professional photographer. He had all these cameras set up and different angles, and he would go up on the stage and taking close-ups of the guys. And Emma kept telling me that the guy was really bothering her, you know, and she couldn't stop. She wished he would stop getting in her view because he was really just like grossing her out and annoying her. And the whole reason was he was wearing exceptionally short shorts. I mean, these things were like...
That's crazy.
Like, he was slightly bending to take a picture of the keys player, and I'm like kind of seeing some bottom half of his ass on the other side. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting some... I think I'm getting ass cheek as you're bending over there, pal.
First of all, you're looking a little too hard. Second of all, guy... I stared at it for about 5-6 minutes. I swear to God.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
I swear to God, there was a little bit of bunch.
I was seeing a little pubic hair from the ball sack peek through at the bottom there. I couldn't help myself.
If only I had 3 more minutes to stare.
But he was rocking really tight, super short shorts. I mean, you're getting almost full thigh, like complete thigh. And he turns around, and we noticed a key detail, and it explained everything with the short shorts. He had 2 thigh tattoos right above the kneecaps. And this is a trend I've seen with a lot of ladies and a lot of fellas as well, unfortunately, especially out here in the Denver, Boulder region. The fellas get the tattoo on the thigh, and then their entire wardrobe consists of shorts that show the thigh with the tattoo, or pants with holes in, where you could see the tattoo through the hole. I knew a chick that I worked with. She was all about all the tats, and they were crazy and really extreme and in the weirdest places. And she would always wear bizarre clothing with perfectly placed holes in the clothing where the tattoos would show through.
So gay.
And so
ridiculous.
I think, at least here with the short trend, it has a lot to do with showcasing the body art that people are putting on themselves. So I think maybe you're running into that. And also the water. It's been turning the frogs gay for years, man. So I think there's something going on with the gay frogs here.
Man, I'm telling you. It turned everyone gay in Chicago. Short shorts, dude.
Do you know what it is? Denver, Chicago, LA, New York. All the real men, the conservative men, they're gone.
They left.
They left.
Indiana.
They went to Nebraska, Indiana, Wyoming, Idaho. They're long gone, dude. And now we're left with
They packed up their girlfriends who don't have penises and moved them out of the state. That's what happened.
And so now we're left with all these, fruity fellas out there with the short shorts and the fancy tattoos and the mustaches. We're with
the fucking nose ring. Yeah.
The doodle dandies, man. That's what we're left with now. We got nothing but Yankee doodle dandies hanging around the major cities, man. All the men have left to the rural section.
And then these guys are voting for Brandon Johnson.
I know. I think I got it, actually. I'm pretty sure I saved this one. This guy, man, I don't think I can go 24 hours without Brandon Johnson saying something retarded and racist. Always a combination of the two.
Dude, he's what we have all been trying to say for years now. This is a product of the college system.
Yes.
Dumb and overeducated.
Way overeducated.
You know what I mean?
Congratulations, Brendan Johnson. You're a smart guy. You have a profound vocabulary. You should be happy with that. Absolutely.
But how could you be so dumb?
And how do you...
And by dumb, I mean not have a real understanding of how the world works.
Yes. Yeah, and I mean, you're a smart guy. Do you have an argument here claiming the system is racist or holding people of color back when you are a clearly educated and successful person of color?
And you are the system. You're the head of the system.
I'm saying. No, you run the system. You came through the system. You can't complain about that system, man. Look how good your life is.
I know.
It's crazy. And then he goes out there, and I don't know if you saw this floating around, but I think I just lost Mike, actually. Oh, you're disconnected somehow. I don't know how that happened here. And now he'll be back. You know what it is? I think Brandon Johnson. Friends with Bill Gates. That's going to be my guess. I'm pretty sure.
No, lost the recording.
Did you lose the whole thing, or?
No, just stuff. No. Check.
And he's back.
Check. We're checking. Nope. Lost the recording.
Save what you got. And then do a new one. Do a new guy.
You think you could do that?
Yeah, if you save and then start the new one up, you could easily get it going. It'd be no problem. But yeah, Brandon Johnson, hilarious that he can go around claiming the system is against people like him when he's clearly had a very successful run in his life. I mean, to attain the status of mayor of Chicago, you're in an elite club just in that section, just in that right, as being a mayor of one of the greatest cities in the world, man. I mean, come on. That's quite a prestigious honor, I would say. So you can't bash the system, number one. Number two, he's been running the system now for a couple years. Anything going wrong in Chicago, that's your fault, Brandon Johnson. Like, you can't blame the system. You can't blame Trump. This is you. You've been running the show. At the very least, Brendan Johnson could blame Lori Lightfoot, but he's not going to do that because she's holding him a seat as a teacher at Harvard, right? She's got a spot right next to her. So Johnson can't throw Lori Lightfoot under the bus. He wants to go work at Harvard. So he's got to blame Trump.
Blame him.
And he's going to blame racism, which I love because we live in an era now where we can no longer stay on that lane with the systemic racism. How's it coming with the...
No go on the record.
You can't, press record? That's crazy.
I can press it, but it's not picking up the sound.
Crazy.
That's what always happens whenever I have to refresh.
Even if you turn the guy off, turn it back on, and then...
That's what I did. I quit out.
Damn.
And then,
nothing, huh?
Open her back up. Do it again here.
Doesn't want to hear the sweet tones of Mike. All right?
Yeah, see, it does that where I try to reopen it, and it just, goes back to the same file. And then it does this weird thing where...
Oh, you can't do the
new... I guess it is recording now. All right. Whatever.
Yeah, right. See, once again, I'm blaming Bill Gates. Maybe Bill Gates went to the same school as Brandon Johnson. I think that's probably...
That works. It's almost like you got a plumber doing audio.
Well, it's funny because it happens when I click to share something, and then it, cuts you off.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot we were talking about Brandon.
So it doesn't make any sense. It's a quick one. I just thought this was really hilarious. It was floating out there, and... it always goes back to racism with Brandon Johnson, not what he's done with the city or what his plans are. No, it's all about racism.
He's just a black man trying to raise black kids in Chicago.
Here we go.
Okay, fine. Since you are begging, I do believe that Donald Trump is intimidating. I think. Okay, no interruption. So let me just answer that. I do appreciate you begging. So I would just say it like this: that the president has always been intimidated by the intellectual prowess of black men. And so
all right, man.
All right, Brandon. Intimidated. That's one word you could say. I guess that's one way to put it.
Intellectual prowess, man.
Of the black man.
That's right, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
The balls of this guy to be like, no, he just doesn't like me because I'm too smart.
I know.
Yo.
Oh, man. Well, either way, I'm glad we got that out there and helped us power through our technical difficulties, which seem to plague us all the time.
They got this, the Illinois Democrats, they all keep repeating the same thing on how we can't just lock up teens. We need to do things that help boost them up, boost their confidence, lift them up, not bring them down.
Yes.
Like they're criminals. Yeah, I understand he's a 14-year-old kid, but he's carjacking people with a gun.
Right.
You know what I mean? He doesn't need a basketball program. What he needed was a father. That's too late. Now he's a criminal.
Great call, man. And I read something, Brendan Johnson put it out, and it was about all these plans. It was like anti-Trump sending troops to Chicago and how he's already instituted all these plans that are like social based, right? Like instead of sending cops to domestic abuse situations, they'll send out like social workers.
Well, they got on him about the teen takeovers, and he's like, "Look, we hired 17,000 teens. for jobs around the city for summer. Like, yeah, but Brandon, after work, they're robbing 7-Eleven. You know what I mean? They're getting 100 of their buddies and running into 7-Eleven. That's great that you got the lifeguard jobs. I'm proud of you on that one, buddy. But, you know.
No, he was he actually had an interview yesterday or today on Democracy Now! That's where I was reading it. And he went on to basically his number one focus, same with Karen Bass, they seem to be obsessed with stopping ICE from arresting migrants. That's their top agenda, apparently. And then
ICE is dangerous. I love it. Tren de la Agua was running apartment complexes. Not dangerous. ICE is the dangerous one. They're the dangerous ones.
It's really funny. He was really obsessed in the interview with how they're investing in the black community and they're investing in mental and behavioral health and how they're setting up all these health treatment clinics and they have new paid professionals who are there to, you know, show up in moments of crisis instead of a police officer so the cops can be, you know, delegated to more important violent crimes.
That's never going to work.
And then he's saying that homicides are at the lowest level since 1962, and they've had like a 30% reduction over the year, and shootings are down, and robberies are down. The same bullshit that we're hearing out of Denver and LA and New York, and it's all a lie because they just stopped counting the statistics.
I know, it's amazing.
Absolutely
it's
incredible.
amazing. We'll stop arresting people. We'll stop counting the crimes.
Yes.
We'll just lower the charges.
It's insane, but like I said, it's happening here in Colorado as well. What's pretty interesting though is our governor, just like J.B. Pritzker in Illinois, Polis here in Colorado, and then our mayor, R. Johnson, like your Johnson, have all been adamant that we're not a sanctuary city or state. We never said sanctuary, but no, we're not technically a sanctuary. And we got no problem with the migrants. This is just a right-wing conspiracy nutjob talking point. It is insane to think that we have a migrant problem or a gang problem or a violence problem. That's totally bonkers, Mike. How could you even think to share that kind of misinformation? And then, of course, here in Colorado, 30 indicted after undercover investigation targeting Tren de Aragua in Colorado. Yeah, they busted 30.
Man.
Yeah, they got 28 defendants trafficking firearms and drug trafficking, and they had meth, cocaine, and this new stuff, 2C, which I don't know if you're familiar with.
And I'm sure some of them are good people.
Yes, some, not all.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So no problem here. We're just arresting 30 members of a international gang, and apparently it's come to light that Aurora, Colorado, home base of Tren de Agua. So,
congratulations!
Yeah, thanks.
Hey.
Yeah, we finally have something we can brag about. Well, this will go up on the mantle with the female soccer team we're bringing into town. The female soccer team. Hometown for Tren de Agua.
I don't know if you know this, but diversity is our strength.
Right.
So you guys are very strong, Frank.
Yes, we are. Oh, so you saw the Gay Games promo video. All right, very nice.
I too lived in a Democrat city. Yeah.
Well, don't worry, we're bringing the Gay Games here, folks. So everything will be fine. But yeah, really incredible stuff. Mayor Johnson.
I have to reiterate. The Olympics is already gay games.
I know.
Like, it's just the gay games.
I still haven't even figured out what the competitions are in the gay games. Are they gay related? Like, is there like do we have dildo tossing going on? Does it relate to the WNBA?
Sense. You're doing you're doing regular sports just with gay people. It doesn't make any sense.
And I'm sure most of the Olympians are already gay.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember. It might have been Cam Newton, former NFL player. He's got a podcast and he had a guy on his show and they were talking about homosexuality in sports in general. and something along the lines of like 10% of everyone of the NBA is gay, closeted, right?
That checks out. That's about the percentage, right? Makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you got to figure there's probably plenty of gays already playing in most sports to begin with. I mean, look at
they're everywhere.
WNBA is all lesbians, man.
All lesbians,
right?
Yeah.
So,
except for the one they hate.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark,
yeah.
Who's injured and out. And then there was another gorgeous, straight, hot blonde chick on Caitlin Clark's team. Some other chick just like tackled her and broke her leg, and she's out for the season.
Damn, really? Yeah, she was too hot. See, Caitlin Clark, not that pretty, so that's where she gets the pass.
No, but this Cunningham chick, dude, they
smoking.
You're familiar with the Cunningham?
Yeah, she's so hot. Oh,
she's a tall babe, man, and everybody hates her in the WNBA, which is really funny. This chick, there she is. Yeah, not a body shot, unfortunately. I just got a face shot there, but looking good. The NBA's moving up in my book. Still not inspired to watch it for some reason. Even though I know the chicks are beating the crap out of each other and there's dildos flying left and right, it's still, there's no draw, man. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Fun. Did you see the ladies football league?
No, I did not see this. Please enlighten me.
Awesome. You gotta look up that video. Awesome. I don't know why it's so much hotter. Well, probably because it's like regular straight women.
Well, yeah, are they?
The problem with the WNBA is just like the worst men playing. You know what I mean?
What is this like a current thing going on? Are they tackle?
I don't know. I keep seeing clips of it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything on here. I mean, I
maybe
see
it's fake.
Gridiron Girls, maybe. I feel like
that was called ladies football. I don't know. It was pretty hot though.
Wow.
They're all
right.
in bikinis and
in bikinis?
Yeah. Oh, they're like skimpy outfits because they're wearing like the shoulder pads.
Right.
They got like a cutout right there so you can see the cleavage.
Oh, no way. How have I missed this, man?
Yeah, dude.
Damn. Maybe I'm seeing something here. I'm not getting a lot, unfortunately.
It might be fake.
It might be fake. There's
I
a
saw
woman's
it on Twitter.
Okay, that's probably fake. Damn, that's too bad. Why don't they do something like that? Right?
I don't know, dude. All I did was do ladies football league and then Google images. I'm seeing a bunch of the pictures.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's lingerie football league.
Oh, that changes everything. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
hot.
getting like borderline porno pics at this point from what I'm
Yeah,
searching.
Lingerie football league. It's awesome.
Football titties. Go.
It's amazing.
Lady lingerie or lingerie.
The hardest part is spelling lingerie.
Which I still can't figure out, actually.
Fucking hate the French. Yeah, dude, just Google image it. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's interesting. Not something X League for women, maybe?
No. Ling.
Oh, I got you on the lady. Yeah. Yeah, no, I figured it out eventually. And wow, they're skimpy.
You see those outfits?
Why is this not a real thing happening everywhere? Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
Some of this looks like porn. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, it's borderline.
Is that Joy Reid? What's going on here? Yeah, all right, nice. Very cool. I like it. They put the number on the ass, too. That's fantastic.
That's a fantastic league.
And it's funny, listen to what we're saying. We have not seen 1 second of gameplay in this, but we already huge fans.
I watched about 5 seconds.
I got my jersey is actually already ordered on Amazon. It's coming in the mail right now. Yeah.
I bought season tickets.
I would go down. If someone was like, "Hey, I got tickets to go see the ladies lingerie NFL game," I'd be fully on board, man. That sounds like a blast.
Oh, you know how many $7 beers you could sell?
Dude, totally. And you know the dildos are flying free at that get down, right? Nobody cares about the dildos in the air.
It's encouraged.
That's right, dude. Wow. The WNBA just needs to hone it in on something more entertaining for the average fella out there.
I think they took themselves too serious.
They really did. Yeah.
Right.
And then
not like serious athletes.
I know they're demanding more money now and threatening to go on strike. Like, you're not Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan in the 90s here. we're not going to do everything we can to keep you on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Let's make a deal. Sell out an arena. We'll talk about the salary. Can we just put it right?
Yeah.
You're being subsidized by the men's league.
Yeah, sell out without Caitlin Clark. Give us one sellout game, no Caitlin Clark. Okay. We'll think about the raise.
Even with her, I don't think they've ever sold out a stadium.
I don't know how it works. I mean, they play smaller stadiums, right? There's no way they're rocking the big arenas.
Oh, they're doing the big ones?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so, man, there's no way they're selling out. I mean, you go to regular games, pro men's games, they're not actually selling out. You know, I'm absolutely convinced the NFL is overlaying fake people in their televised games, and they're pumping in sound somehow. I don't. There's no way there's that many people that engaged in a preseason NFL game.
I just think that's why they changed the color of the seats.
Yes.
It used to be bright colors. Now it's darker colors, harder to see how many are empty.
I think they're all green screen, so you could just Photoshop instantly. They're all green seats, green screen seats, man.
So yeah, preseason was yesterday.
That's right, man. Yeah,
dude, I had about 5 assholes be like, "You see the Bears? You see the Bears?"
Well, did you see the Bears or what, man?
Fuck no, I didn't even know they were starting.
Oh man, what kind of Chicagoan are you, dude? Come on.
The one guy was so funny because he didn't even give me a chance to start talking or answer. He just started talking about it. He just assumed I watched the Bears. The kid looks really good. They're gonna build the team around him. I think we got a chance. Maybe not this year, you know. And I'm like, yeah, this is a rebuild year. Yeah, they're gonna build around him. I'm like, dude, these guys are clowns, man. You guys are fucking clowns.
I gotta say, working for a decade in bars really trained my ability to bullshit my way through any sports conversation. And I watch very little sports. I'm in fantasy teams. I don't even know who's playing in those. I have no idea what's going on even. And
bullshitting Chicago sports is really easy. Football, we're building around the new guy.
That's right. It's always next year.
Baseball, well, we'll see how we're doing in June. If it's after June, hey, there's always next year.
That's right.
We got a couple good prospects coming up. We got next year.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
Round and round and round and round. Year after year, man.
Yeah.
No, I used to have a really good skill set for it. And then I think because I was working in bars, it was always on the TV. I could always have a moment to glance and absorb some sort of sport information. But now that I'm kind of, doing the logistics stuff and, I'm kind of honed in on news and information a lot for the show. And, I just love perusing info that way. I no longer have this I'm never soaking in a little sports action here and there. I'm never getting a Chiron of some stats floating down. And so I've been getting caught off guard the last few months, honestly, because I've also been spending a lot of time in the yard and not looking at my phone. And, it's funny how when you start to just remove the crap from your life, the first of the crap to go is the sports. The sports just literally disappear off the radar, man.
TV shows.
Yes. Yeah.
Anything where you just sit on your couch for 3 hours.
That's the thing. I realized, I'm never sitting there staring at something for. I got really into reading books too. So I'm
much better for
I'm in the yard reading a book in the sunshine instead of at the bar guzzling beers, watching the Bears preseason game and knowing every statistical piece of information about a third string running back who will never see the starting lineup. You know what I mean? It's these fantasy guys. I talk to some guys at work who are fantasy people. They are watching film of kids in high school, bro. And they're like, oh man, in 4 years I'm drafting him, man. They're getting ready for that stuff, dude.
And then you get to this age where it's so sad. This kid's half your age.
I know.
You know what I mean? It used to be okay, you're a kid, you look up to this older man who's a football player, as your hero, that's fine. Then even in your 20s, these are kind of like your peers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
almost like, but now you're 40. And you're talking about this 20-year-old. Like, dude, come on. Get a life.
It really started hitting me, though, where I was thinking, like, I'm getting older, and there's only, like, so much absorption I'm capable of now.
Yeah. You only have so much brain power.
Yeah.
So
and
much energy, so much time.
Yes. I don't know. I got
Yes.
family to keep in contact with, friends to hang with. I got, the wife here in the house to entertain on the weekends, and I got the yard work, and then I'm trying to maintain, book reading and just all this stuff. Dude, the watching of sports, just the watching of it is gone out the window, let alone I'm going to sit here and study an entire lineup, or I'm going to dive deep into the statistics and all this stuff. It has eliminated my ability to perform at a high level in fantasy sports, but now that I said that out loud, I feel like more of a man in a lot of ways. I don't know why that is.
That's good. You should be fucking...
Although I do want to give an update, because of my lack of intrigue and investment, I am going to probably finish this year in last place in my fantasy baseball league. Yeah, unbelievable. 4 years in a row in the championship. Won 2 championships in those 4 years, including last year, from first to last, bro.
That's what happens when you hit 40, man.
I know, man.
Lost your touch. That's good, dude. Fuck sports. I'm so sick of it.
And
all the dudes that talk about it.
That's the
Watch
problem.
the football game. I'm trying to build a clock, people. You know how hard it is to build a clock? This clock has been fucking impossible to build.
Well, I'm going on a fishing trip next weekend, and our draft is when I'm going to be on my fishing trip for the fantasy football. So I'm writing a list, and I'm having Emma do my fantasy football draft while I'm in a boat doing some fishing. So we'll see how that turns out. It'll be an interesting year.
Be so much better.
I'm putting in a lot of good karma. I told her if we win that we will split the pot and we'll go out and do something. We'll go out, we'll spend it all on a night out on the town, get a hotel or something. I'll treat her to the max if we win.
Nice.
Yeah, man. A little
then
incentive.
You win and you're like, did I say 1,000? It's only $200.
That's right.
With Bidenomics and everything.
That's right.
We had to cut the pot.
As inflation, the tariffs. Something about the tariffs.
We couldn't write it off. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what it is. But the guys who write it off, they knew what they were doing over there, man.
We couldn't. The tariff. This whole thing.
Oh man. Well, speaking of politics, we can never get enough politics on here. I did want to bring up a very fascinating kind of bit of information that has gone out there and disappeared. It's been a hot topic here in Colorado the last couple days because we are one of the first states who went full on with the mail-in voting. And Trump, when he was doing his little meeting with Putin, actually ended up kind of dipping into the idea that Putin told him that, you lost that other election because of the mail-in voting. And Trump's like, oh, I know. I know what's going on here. So Trump has now gone out and said he's going to potentially sign a very exciting executive order, and I am thrilled about this.
President Trump said Monday.
I'm sorry, folks. I totally forgot to warn you.
Frank, you wanted democracy now, not Tales from the Crypt. This is...
You folks, make sure you drink a nice tall glass of water. It's gonna get dry in here, real dry. We got Amy Goodman here, giving us the lowdown.
Amy ages a year a day. This
Dude,
is
seriously
crazy.
She's weirdly the same looking, but also older. I don't know.
No, that's 100 years older than the last video you played 3 months ago.
I gotta dig up an old Amy clip just to compare,
Man.
Sign an executive order banning voting by...
She's always so thirsty. She has
You had one job for 40 years, and that's talk on air. Somebody get her a goddamn glass of water before she goes on.
This chalkboard is the driest human being I've ever seen in my entire life. Does nobody give her water on that set, man? Come on.
You should have a fucking glass that just says Amy on it, and you always have fucking filtered water in this fucking glass.
They gotta get one of them hiking apparatuses with the pack, and you got the little
camel
straw.
bag.
Yeah,
It's
that
the
comes
camel
around the
bag,
side. Just have it. The camelback, dude, hooked right up to her, man.
And then every time you cut to a video or you cut to another person, she should just have it in her mouth.
Just take a sip, Amy. It's okay.
30 years.
Mail, calling the long-standing practice of fraud. Writing on
Get this lady some water, man. She's gonna croak right here in the segment, man.
social media.
This has become a fire threat. I mean, we are...
Just get her away from the Palisades. Whatever you do, just stay away. Stay away.
Quick, only wear blue. Change everybody into blue.
Dude, she's literally wearing a blue jacket. I can't. Yes.
Trump also said he planned to target, quote, highly inaccurate, very expensive, and seriously controversial voting machines, unquote. Trump's pledge came just days after he made these comments to Fox News following talks in Alaska with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
You know, Vladimir Putin said something, one of the most interesting things. He said, your election was rigged because you have mail-in voting.
Constitutional scholars have rejected Trump's plans to ban mail-in ballots and voting machines by executive order as a non-starter, as state and local governments are in charge of administering elections.
Oh my God.
Dude, where'd you get this clip? Extra dry. This is extra dry today. Holy cow.
That made me thirsty, man. Oh my God, dude.
She's really not handling it well. The Trump administration.
It's rough. Rough times there at the Democracy Now! Headquarters, man.
Somebody get her some water, man. Come on.
That's brutal. You know, but Trump's cutting all the funding for all these news organizations. Maybe they're just low on money and,
Can't afford water?
no more bottled water. Yeah,
I'll get you the pure filter for the funds. It's $40. Let's get her some filtered water here, guys. Come on. Poor Amy.
I feel bad, man. So this is great news. I've been saying it since day one back in 2020. The whole reason Joe Biden was able to procure a mysterious 15 million voters that suddenly didn't show up in 2024. It's called mail-in voting. Where's Dinesh D'Souza and his 15,000 mules he's got out there? Here in Colorado, Jenna Griswold, our Secretary of State who runs the operations for the elections, was busted in the lead-up in the summer of 2024, the lead-up to the election. She got caught accidentally releasing the passwords to the voting machines. Yeah, still has a job. Actually,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love how they don't get fired.
No, she's falling upwards. She's going to run for a higher position.
I'm sure she's going to win. Yeah.
Absolutely, she will. Yeah, absolutely.
These people.
So, of course, she was the first one to be interviewed on the MSNBC and CBS and all that stuff today. And she was making the rounds talking about how she's beat Trump once before and she'll beat him again and how no one's going to take away our right to stuff the ballot boxes with dead people. So she's really hammering this home because Colorado was a major focal point in 2024. Not only did we release the passwords to our voting machines, not only also are we one of the biggest states in mail-in voting and not looking at IDs when you vote. She also was the one state, we were the one state that took his name potentially off the ballot. Remember that was like a whole thing?
Oh, yeah, they were
Colorado,
trying.
Jenna Griswold is the person who got his name off the ballot, and then it was unconstitutional and all that. But since day one here in Colorado, they've been subverting these elections.
It's crazy when you think back what happened in 2024.
Dude, what a wild ride that was.
It was
man.
They literally did everything they could for him to not run.
Yes.
Taking him to court, arresting him.
Yeah,
the
man.
Eugene Carroll thing.
Yeah. Wow,
Man.
the rape case and dude, the impeachments when he was president. I mean, they did
impeachments.
Everything, dude. They tried everything they could. It's amazing how you can't stop populism though.
No.
It gets to a point where you just got to kill the guy, which they tried to do.
They tried
twice.
The Eugene Carroll thing, though, when you really think about what they did.
They changed the rule,
They changed
the law,
the law.
right?
Yeah. She's friends with the largest donor to the Democrats in New York.
I didn't know about that one, actually.
Yeah.
Holy cow, man. I had no idea.
He's the one that set the whole thing up.
Wow.
He's the one that convinced the people to change the law, the politicians to change the law, so that she could sue Trump in court. And he paid for her defense, her lawyers and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
It was all set up.
It was a giant scam from the get-go, and
just so they could call him an adjudicated rapist.
Yes.
Ugh.
Twice convicted. Wasn't that another? What was the convicted thing?
Twice impeached.
Twice impeached. Okay.
49-time felon.
That's okay. Yes. Oh, wow. Dude, that one.
An adjudicated rapist. Yeah.
The 49 felon, though, it was like a higher number at one point.
That was 93
and then,
at one
yeah,
point.
and then it kept shrinking down. Yeah. That's right.
As they kept driving up. And dude, the one he got convicted for, remember? He actually got convicted in New York of like the 40-something or the 34 counts.
Right. I vaguely remember that. It's crazy.
Oh, it's so stupid. But they had charged him 34 times for the same crime.
Wow.
And
I
then
had no idea.
That's where they got. It was something like he was paying off Michael Cohen for the Stormy Daniels thing.
Right.
And because he did it in 34 payments.
Yes.
It was 34 counts.
That's right, man.
And then everybody ran with it. He's a 34-time felon. He's guilty of 34 felonies. Yeah, but they're not 34 murders. Right?
Yeah.
He wrote 34 checks. That's a big fucking difference. You know?
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Dude, that's hilarious. That's crazy. They threw everything at the wall, hoping something would stick. Nothing stuck, so they tried to kill him a couple times.
Even the impeachment, you impeached him because he was trying to get information on you guys being corrupt. And Joe Biden and them never even argued that they were corrupt, just that he shouldn't have been doing what he did, asking Ukraine, withholding the aid.
That's crazy because they were corrupt. They were doing illegal activities. There was
100%.
Money laundering going on. I mean,
100%.
300 Biden laptops with ample evidence to prove it. You know.
Do you know how I know they were corrupt? Joe Biden had to pardon everybody around him for 14 years. They went back 14 years. Blanket pardon.
Dude, it is crazy, but the whole Ukraine situation unfolded about 14 years ago.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, it was 2011-ish, 2012 when they started getting the gears rolling.
When did Zelenskyy come into office?
After 2014, there was the major...
After the Crimea?
There was the thing in 2014, and that set the stage for what happened in 2021. It's crazy, though.
He became president in 2019.
Yeah, man. No, it was very... Dude, Zelenskyy was like... He's a puppet. He was placed in there, and almost probably as a like fail-safe for if Trump won again in 2024, they have Zelenskyy to just kickstart World War III and destabilize the entire agenda, right? But isn't it wild when you think about how 2021... Biden is fully in there, and within a year, we have Ukraine invaded by Russia, and then Hamas does the October 7th attack.
Oh, yeah.
Was that a year? No, when was Hamas? Was that 2023?
How long does it take to genocide the Palestinians and blow up Gaza? And completely rebelize Gaza? It's 2.5 years? Yeah, it was about 2022.
2022, is that when it happened? So it's just crazy. Joe Biden comes in office and all of a sudden two major freaking conflicts erupt, one in Europe and one in the Middle East with no sight or end in sight. And they almost seem purposely designed to destabilize anything that was going to happen in the next 4 or 5 years. So that's what's so funny about this whole Ukraine thing to me. And the Israel thing, they're dying to bomb Iran again. It was floating around all over. Everybody was freaking out. All the anti-Semites on the right wing now that hate the Jews, they were all ranting and raving about this new phase of attack on Iran. There was this clip of Lindsey Graham going around this weekend where he basically says, like, Israel's our friend, and they're our closest friend to God. And if you don't support Israel and whatever they decide to do, you're disavowing God, essentially. He literally brought God into the whole thing. He's like,
I don't know God personally. I know a little bit about his book, Lindsay. I don't think he likes you. God's probably not your biggest fan.
I love how they're at the point where we got to send out Lindsey Graham to sell this thing because it's not popular with anyone anymore. We got nobody supporting this, so send out Lindsey Graham, because the ultimate truth about what's going on in Israel and in Ukraine is this is the military-industrial complex. And what is the military-industrial complex? Well, the military-industrial complex picks a spot that they believe is going to be beneficial economically and strategically. And so they go in and destabilize and take over the spot. And sometimes the spot they choose to destabilize doesn't even pertain to what they need strategically or economically. Like with Sudan back in like the 80s, they wanted to destabilize in the 80s and 90s Libya, and they wanted to take out Gaddafi. All right.
Right.
So what did they do? They sent the CIA to Chad, and they destabilized Chad, and they financed hundreds of millions of dollars into an insane rebel who had, a cult-like following there. And this dude just rampaged Chad and took it over based on, from the CIA, and murdered thousands. And the whole reason they did that was just to get the CIA into Chad next to Libya, so they could destabilize Libya. They spiraled Chad into decades of violence just so they could have a seat next to Libya to destabilize Libya in the 2000s.
Wow. Yeah, but Frank, look at the long run 25 years later. Those countries turned out...
Yeah, they're great, right? Everybody's vacationing in Chad now, right?
I'm sure the people are better. Yeah.
But my point being is the military-industrial complex identified Libya as a place that they wanted to destabilize and set their own pawns in. And so they had to first destabilize the country next to it. And the whole reason was the strategy and the money. And they made a ton of money. Strategery, my favorite word.
The strategery.
The strategery of it all. And then what do? So the military-industrial complex identifies a spot they need to go in and destabilize and make a bunch of money off of and change regime. So we plan it, we execute it, and then we send out Lindsey Graham a year later to basically give us the morality as to why we have to continue on these things. This is how they did Iraq War. They convinced us for no reason to go attack Iraq for yellow cake uranium. And then
but look how lazy they got. At least Iraq was like, we're going to free the people. It's all about the liberation. You know what I mean?
I swear that was after, though. I always feel like they do this moral crap afterwards. We're like, oh, it's for the people. We got to save the people.
Lindsey Graham literally just came out. He's like, I don't know. God?
His speech is ridiculous. Like, he talks about how...
do it for God.
He talks about for the people of Palestine. Like, dude, you rubbilize these people, man. They're dead, dude, and you're starving them to
There's
death.
5 people still alive, and they're sending them to a country even worse than Palestine.
Yes.
I forgot where they said they're sending them.
Probably Libya. I assume that's where they're going now. It's Chad. I heard Chad's nice this time of year.
Some country you like never even think of, but then when you like just the name, you're like, oh, that's a shithole.
Yeah, dude. I just love this military-industrial complex idea, which is, we're going to allow an event to occur, 9/11 or the Hamas attack on October 7th. Then we're going to go bomb the crap out of these countries. Some of them have nothing to do even with the original attack that occurred, but we're bombing the crap out of all of them. And then we're going to send out our representative for the military-industrial complex, and he's going to come out and explain to the people why we have the morality of God behind us for what we're doing, and we are the chosen people of God, and we're protecting the chosen people, and this is God's right and God's act, and we're doing this in the name of God, people. Don't pay attention to all the money that we're making.
Dude, that's where it is. So Israel right now is in talks to send the remaining Palestinians to South Sudan. That just sounds rough.
No, that's dude, Sudan and Darfur they're having like major genocide going down and civil war, and
like our whole for like our whole life it existed.
It hasn't stopped. Yeah, it's been going on. Yes.
Frank, don't worry. They're gonna give them options. You also have Ethiopia.
Oh my god. Wow.
Ethiopia. Hey, no, we're hoping another idea. Indonesia. And Libya is on the list.
All these countries you just named are countries we established coup d'etats in over the last like 50 years.
They're in
all
ruins. They're horrible ruins.
Yes,
like,
dude.
Those are terrible places to live. Yeah.
Totally insane.
So
man.
funny.
Yeah. Dude, Sudan is nuts, man. We make fun of Democracy Now! All the time, but to Democracy Now!'s credit, they're one of the only places actually reporting on real news happening around the world.
Around the world, yeah, they really do. Yeah,
so, I mean, they'll do a little action on the starvation and the genocide in the Gaza Strip, which is going on, but then she'll follow it up with starvation, civil war, and genocide going on in Sudan. But it's been going on there for like 30 years. It's crazy.
And actually, to their credit, they were the only ones that even mentioned the border conflict between Thailand and Cambodia.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
And then they actually gave Trump credit. Like, even now, the Democrats, for some reason, are trying to prove that he didn't do anything. Just give the guy the win. You know what I mean?
He was elected. He literally ran on, I'm going to broker peace around the world. And that's what he's been spending his time doing these last 8 months. He's going around the world brokering peace. That's like his number one objective, is to end the wars.
Just give him the win. They're claiming, though, that he didn't actually end the war. He just got a ceasefire.
Well, you know what? Obama did jack shit. You gave him the Nobel Peace Prize. This dude is stopping wars. Can we give him a prize of some sort? Give him one of those overstuffed animals from the circus. You know, something, dude. Give this guy a prize. He wants a prize. He deserves it.
A giant stuffed Alfred Nobel.
Yes.
Can we
get him a giant stuffed Obama, actually. I could see him having a lot of fun with one of those.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
the guy deserves a peace prize. I can't believe they gave it to Obama for literally nothing. Just winning the presidency.
Was that what he won the Nobel Peace Prize for?
Yeah, 'cause he's a black man.
No way that's what it was. I thought it was the ACA, the Obamacare, which is, it's now, I think they're going to actually end Obamacare.
Oh, yeah, it was a disaster.
Absolutely ruined healthcare for all Americans. I mean, it basically corporatized healthcare, if I'm understanding it correctly. But
no, dude, he didn't even have time to do anything. He won it in 2009.
That is insane, man.
This is the exact quote. It was awarded to the United States President, Barack Obama, for his extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and cooperation between peoples.
Wow! That's nothing. That is literally said nothing.
And then in parentheses, he's black.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why we gave it to him.
What is amazing is if Trump continues on his trajectory, it may be that Obama killed more people with drone strikes than Trump. Especially if Trump's going around ending all these wars.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
He was the droner-in-chief. And he deported more people than Trump.
Yes, like year over year, actually. It's crazy. Like he crushed the deportation game. Obama hated foreigners, man.
Yes.
He ran on that, though. There's clips of like Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Al Gore, Obama, all the people on the left talking about how we got to secure the southern border. And it's like absolute necessity. After 9/11, we were all in on securing our borders and stopping people from getting over here. How did they jump onto the other side? Chris Pratt was just on Club Random, and a clip of his was going around where he was discussing how hilariously embarrassing it is for people on the left to just be auto-locked on, I'm going to just naysay and dismiss everything Trump does. And it ggets really absurd when some of these successes are major accomplishments for all Americans and helps all of us, you know? And so it's getting really silly. And nowhere is it any sillier than what's happening with the Maha movement and RFK Jr. That's
is the
peak
best.
silliness, you know? I mean, you guys are anti-health. It's crazy at this
So
point.
you're for poison in your kids' food. You're literally like, I would rather have the poison in my kids' food because Trump said.
And they so badly want this trilateral agreement with Putin and Zelenskyy to fail. You're pro-war? You people are pro-World War III? Like, that's your thing? You want war. That's because the opposite, which is Trump's agenda, is no war. He wants to end war. So if you're the opposite of Trump and he wants to end war, you want to start war. You want more war.
Well, see,
Your
you
whole
just
thing is
don't.
war.
You just don't get how it works as a Democrat. So, I'm a Democrat, which means I'm against war, right?
That's right.
But more than against war, I'm against Trump.
Oh,
and ending war would make Trump look good. So, therefore, I'm for war just to make Trump look bad because I got to stop Hitler. Right?
Yes.
So normally war bad, but when you're fighting war to stop Hitler, good.
No, it's a good call. It's perfectly clear to me because we went to war to stop Hitler. Why wouldn't we do it again, man? Yeah, that's right.
It's like, I don't want to poison my kids. No, I don't want to poison my kids. But if I stop feeding them poison, it makes it look like Trump won.
Right, dude.
And I can't let Hitler win, Frank. So I'm just going to feed my kid poison for 4 more years. And then once Hitler's gone, once we defeat Hitler, then we take the poison out under the guise of a good regime.
It's so funny, dude. They fucking played themselves all the way up into the crime thing in D.C. You notice that got real quiet all of a sudden? Because
it's so funny.
Well, they woke up on the left. There was a clip from Morning Joe, actually, where Mika Brzezinski, of all people, is like, can we all stop? We're supporting crime. Or can we take a look around at each other? And we're supporting criminality and crime. We need to stop. He's played us. And he's just, it's a fiddle for Trump
really
now,
is
dude.
so
It's
funny.
incredible. He's literally getting them out. They tried to do a fake No Kings protest this past weekend over all this crap. It's like, dude, you guys are now marching in the streets because you want there to be crime in your streets? Like, that's what you're marching for now? You're pro-crime?
What are you honestly saying here?
Yes,
you know what I
dude.
mean?
Yes, man.
You're for the criminals. You're going to protest for the criminals.
They're starting to wake up, though, and I noticed there was a clip of Hillary Clinton actually congratulating Trump and saying he actually has accomplished some major successes internationally. And Hillary is a very smart politician, and I think she is fully aware of the game that's being played right now, which is Trump is doing a lot of great stuff for the common man, and he's just sitting back and watching the left-wing media lose their minds and support the opposite, which is always negative for us. So it's very funny. I hope it continues, but I think they're starting to wake up now a little bit to it. So we're going to start seeing a really weird phenomenon where the news is going to start reporting positively on things Trump is doing. I'm telling you, man. They are playing the fool by going against him on everything, man. You're pro-war, you're pro-crime, you're anti-poison in water, you're anti-poison in food. you know, like, I know for a fact you people are pro-blocking the sun. I guarantee that, man. I mean, anything Trump is into, they're against. And so it's going to reach a level of absurdity that they can't keep up with. I'm willing.
I freak out which one I was listening to. It was either Jon Stewart or Pod Save. This guy was on there talking about, like, dude, they're already starting with the narrative of, listen, Trump was bad, but JD Vance.
Oh, no way, dude.
But JD Vance.
Bearded Trump? Oh, they're doomed, dude.
Hitler Jr.? I mean, this is... Trump was Hitler, but like an old Hitler. He's going to die eventually. JD Vance could live forever. That's...
Dude,
he could reign awesome, for 40 years. It's like, dude, it's so funny. They're already starting.
They don't have anything to make fun of JD for. He doesn't have the orange skin, the crazy looking hairdo. You know what I mean? The eyeliner. Is he wearing eyeliner? Is that eyeliner?
It looks like it. It looks like it. It looks ridiculous.
You know what he is? Metrosexual, which I haven't heard that term in 20 years until
time.
Pepino dropped it 3 times in my last 2 conversations with him. He's all of a sudden locked in on metrosexual. I hope metrosexual makes a comeback. That is
I think
one of my...
he just learned what it is.
Oh, just
like,
now.
No. I just watched this show where like 5 gay guys tell a straight guy how to dress and change his apartment.
Yeah.
Metro.
Metrosexual, right?
He's stuck in the 90s. It's all right.
I hope we go back to metrosexual days where the guys wear the lip liner and nice haircuts and the makeup. All right? 3/4, folks. I drive a Subaru. I hope you know this. Yeah, man. Yeah, it'll catch me on the next episode with some eyeliner.
I think Metro disappeared because just every guy is Metro now. Like,
yeah, well, everyone's
every
gay.
guy I see is, at least somewhat gay. Like, facial hair perfectly lined
You're right,
up,
yeah. That's
everything. Eyebrows done.
The only way to be straight is to neck beard it up, guys. That's all I'm telling you right now. Just let it grow free everywhere, like my backyard. Just let it grow, baby.
I was with this dude who's like Bulgarian, I think. I don't know. He's European. He's from Europe. He's like late 40s.
Nice.
And we're standing there, and like these 3 engineers, Southsiders, total bros. I don't know. I haven't seen them, but I guarantee every one of them had a White Sox and a Chicago skyline tattooed somewhere on their body.
Yes, dude.
Southside trash. We're talking, and like, I mean, they're just doing the whole Chicago, this fucking guy and this and that, right? And then after they walked away, the European guy turns to me. He's like, "What's with the Americans and the eyebrows?" He's like, that's for women. I'm like, yeah, dude, look at mine. I know, dude. These guys are practically women. They just don't know it yet.
Are the fellas curing up the eyebrows? Oh, no way. Wow. Holy cow.
They're doing everything. We were even with this one dude the other day, black guy, who's got the beard lined up. And then
yeah.
He
nice
paints underneath it or something. It's like, because it's like a perfect line.
A lot of black. This is hip in the black community. I've noticed. Basketball players do it. It's very common.
Painted. Yeah. It's like, and then same thing with the hairline.
They do the hair painting. Yeah, man. It's a thing.
Like, all I could think is like, dude, how long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
Oh yeah, dude. Here. Yeah.
2, you're clearly not working like we're working. Because if I did that, it'd be fucking streaking by the end of the day. There's no way. How much I sweat during the day.
Dude, great call, dude. It's specific to the black fellas, I think.
It's like the ladies with the really long fingernails. I could just tell by looking at you, you're not working.
Yes. Yeah.
There's certain things you do where it's like that person's not working.
I became aware of this whole phenomenon about 10 years ago. I was big on watching the Bulls in the 2010s, and they had Carlos Boozer on their team.
Right.
And
yeah, right.
One night he came onto the court, man, and it was very clear he had a little work done. So that's when I first learned about it, and then I started realizing and learning a little bit more that this is a common thing. This is what the black fellas do. And you know what? This is where they have an advantage on us white guys. We don't have the hair tightness capability. Their hair, they can trim it nice and tight and get it into the, you got the straight line. You can hammer it right and tight there. Where us, we're too scraggly and, loose, and it just doesn't work for the white guys.
Good call.
Right?
We're not built pretty.
No. We're built to last. Is that
Ford
Chevy?
tough.
It's Ford tough, yes.
Exactly.
Chevy is like a rock.
Like a rock. Great commercials.
Yeah, man. Well, Mike, I can't believe I'm saying it. There's no doubt about it. This is the fastest hour in the universe. Want to thank everybody for hanging out. Probably our last time doing the Tuesday episode. I think it's getting a little hairy for us in the professional world.
Getting too tight.
It's tough to swing this, but we'll still be doing Sundays. I might do some Denver man shows during the week. We'll see what I am capable of pulling out. I still could also do some deep dives on conspiracies. A lot of things in the works, but Sunday, still.
Can't wait.
Absolutely. Can't wait. Best day of the week. I hope everybody has a great rest of your week out there. Enjoy your weekends. Try to avoid the chemtrails. Get a little sunshine out there while you still can, and get a little exercise. Be like RFK Jr. Grab a friend. Have a conversation. DJ Rodfather here, dishing out the jams, playing us out into the evening. Have a great night, folks. We'll see you on Sunday.
Heard this on the radio. What a great jam. Oh, man, they don't write them like they used to, man.
I'm very excited for this.
Me cry.
Yeah! Old school, baby! Yes! Oh, yeah! They don't write them like they used to, man. Holy cow. We'll see you next time.
You're the one to blame. You broke my heart when you said we'll part. Ain't that a shame? My tears feel like rain. Ain't that a shame? You're the one to blame. Oh well, goodbye. Although I'll cry